Lancers, this is Robin Thompson, and today you're going to be listening to my private versus public sector presentation for week 4 for our History and Theory of Public Administration course. What are we going to talk about? Well, specifically, we're going to be talking about the differences in public education versus private education. And more specifically, I'm going to be referencing more so elementary, junior high, high school field, not college level. So we're going to talk about the differences between the two. We're going to talk about the similarities between the two. And then we're going to talk about how there is some overlap amongst both sectors of education in both public and private. So the first thing we're going to talk about is public school and how I incorporated Mary Parker Follett into this. So as we know, Mary Parker Follett had this philosophy of, power with, not power over. She wanted there to be reciprocal relationships, this community development, this community feeling. Everybody work together. It's not just because I'm over you, you have to do what I say. So no one really has full control, or at least, gathering information before decisions made. People are looked to for other areas. So I felt that the public school is more of adoptive of this theory, whereas, public education, everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter how much money you have, where you live or what race you are. Everybody's welcome. And not only is everybody welcome, but if you have, let's say, a disability, there's programs that the school must provide you with or assist you with, accommodate you with. Even for language, a lot of schools now have these language programs for kids where maybe English isn't the primary language at home. There's programs and classes that they take to help assist these children, whereas in the private sector, they don't have to do that. They can if they choose to, but they're not mandated and they're not required to. So for me, Follett's this theory worked well with public school because it's very embracing and it requires everybody to work together. Private school, I adopted Graham Allison's philosophy with private school in that they're different because, they don't care what the public perception is. They don't care how anyone feels that they deal with their handling of their school. And you have to pay to go there. You choose to go there. You are choosing to follow the rules and the guidelines and the expectations that are set forth and mandated by that private school. It's expensive. And even if the parents have the money to send, or they want to send their kid to your school, the private school can say no. So it's not as welcoming. If you look at it on the top surface, it's not as welcoming. It can be political. They're not funded necessarily by the state, but it's more so by private endowments and things of that nature. So that's how the public school is a little bit different in that. How they're similar. I use Gulick for the similarity between both public and private sector. We already kind of touched base on what planning and organizing and staffing and directing, coordinating and reporting and budgeting involve. And although we try to separate politics from administration, so it's not run like a business, in the end, you do have to follow all of these steps in order to have an organization that runs smoothly and runs together. So I feel that both the public and the private sector do their due diligence and their duty to coordinate and report and budget. The private school can't run its business without following these steps, and the public school can't afford to not follow these steps either, because they are limited with their funding and they have to answer to others. So that was my similarity for the public and private education. Thank you guys for listening. I hope everybody has a blessed week. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I look forward to listening to all of yours.